Hi everyone, welcome back to Kavach. We're a career consulting and education management startup. Talking to our juniors, we picked up that a lot of you guys are feeling frantic about the board exams looming just right around the corner. Even if you're 50% prepared, 20% prepared, or 80% prepared, these tips will help you make the most effective usage of your remaining time and will serve as the only comprehensive guide that you will need. And make sure to stay till the end of the video for a smashing tip that is scientifically proven to help you. Tip 1. Figuring out how you learn best, aka your personal learning style. Firstly, in order to use the remaining time most effectively, it's very important for you to figure out what learning style enables you personally to learn the best. There are 7 learning styles in total that were coined by Neil Fleming. For instance, some people, including myself, are auditory learners, which means we learn best by hearing information. If you're also an auditory learner, record important answers and information and hear them every once in a while whenever you get a chance. Or if you're a visual learner, maybe you remember things by looking at them. So take help of visual aids like color coding, creating graphics and diagrams for yourself. You can Google the Kavach questionnaire to help identify your own individual learning style and explore what works for you. I will drop a link to that in the description. Tip 2. Cutting the fluff and eliminating the necessary, aka destroying distractions. Now the weather is getting chillier and the bed and blanket more tempting. Common distraction number 1, sleep. Please make sure to slap on some warm clothes and heave yourself out of your warm cozy cocoon onto a desk or a study table so that you can evade that tempting lull of sleep. Common distraction number 2, families that can't keep their volume down, siblings that barge rudely into your room. If your family won't cooperate, you, my friend, have to take charge of your own life and drag yourself to a library or a friend's house. A place where you can study in quiet and focus, but make sure you're studying, not socializing. Common distraction number 3, social media, the worst one for all of us. Damage control, delete the damned apps of your phone, or even take the bold step of temporarily deactivating those accounts for the upcoming exam season. However, if that seems too drastic, you can surely apply some simple methods too, like putting away the phone in your drawer or giving it away to some family member until you've studied enough for the day. You can also use apps like Forest to stay off certain sites for a given period of time. So how does Forest work? The Forest app encourages you to stay focused on the task at hand by planting a tree in your own virtual forest. This tree dies when you change the tab to another app or site. And surprisingly enough, I used this app and found you can get quite attached to these trees. So I would recommend this 10 out of 10. Tip 3. Establishing routine. The truth is, no one can have a peak motivation level every single day. That's why instead of acting out of motivation, you need to start acting out of habit so that sitting down to study gets as easy as an impulse. A routine can make you more efficient by minimizing the need to actively make decisions about when to study every day. And routine even helps us keep better track of progress, as it's easy to identify when you're adhering and when and why you're bailing out. However, make sure to create a realistic routine. So I'd suggest filling in your break times to unwind first before you fill in all your study time. A routine will also help you keep your sanity with ample but not superfluous downtime to unwind. Tip 4. Delegating time and enhancing productivity through refreshing breaks. Alright, so now we move into actually dividing your day. These are things to keep in mind when designing a timetable or routine. Something I apply that you could also choose to pick up is what's called the rule of 8. As per the rule of 8, you study for 8 hours and have 8 hours of free time. Essentially, this 8 hour of free time includes eating, going to the bathroom, commuting to the library, plus whatever you do to refresh your brain and be ready for the next study session. And plus this, there's also 8 hours of sleep, which you can make 6 or 7 according to whatever works best for you. And no, you do not need to study 8 hours at a stretch. You can divide this time again, maybe 4 hours in the early morning and 4 hours later in the evening. Something that works for a lot of people is the Pomodoro method, wherein you basically focus for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break alternatively. Others like to do a couple hours at a stretch. You do you. Adopt whatever works for you and scrap what doesn't. Tip 5. Spaced repetition. A German psychologist that studied memory derived something called the learning curve. As per the theory of learning curves, when we memorize or learn a concept, we automatically start forgetting it bit by bit. The German psychologist Herman Ebbinghaus also discovered that increasing the frequency of going over the information can help us recall it better. So try revisiting concepts you study today, tomorrow, and then next week, and then next month, and so on, so that you really consolidate that knowledge. Tip 6. Active recall. And for all you fabulous people that have sustained till the end, the most effective revision technique of them all. Actually proven by an educational psychology paper. Active recall was proven in a psychological study to be more effective, surprisingly, than other methods like going over the content repetitively, highlighting, etc. And how does one use this study gem? Well, you can practice active recall in various ways, like jotting down questions you believe the consequent text will answer, and then recalling through memory what you learned. You can also employ the Feynman's technique, which is basically teaching what you've learned. You can explain concepts to a junior, sibling, or even an imaginary person. Using flashcards is also an excellent technique to active recall. Even though it might be too late for it at the moment, you can surely make flashcards for certain stubborn concepts that just won't go into your head. And although that's all we have for you today, you can sign up to the link in description to book a free session and get a more personalized roadmap to acing these upcoming exams. Wish you all best of luck, make sure to tune in next week, and don't leave without subscribing to Kavach.